Audio test. Audio test. Sounds good. How did the post? I thought the bot auto posted the stream also. Alan Voyager, how's it going? Let me get everything started up here. I'm just getting the game booted up now. Distant Night, how's it going? Graham? How go things over there in Poland? In game. Gonna have webcam off. I do not want to have any lights on right now. Steven, Sean, how's it going? Yeah, the first thing is, clearly videos have been a bit light this week. The past couple of weeks just have been a bit busy for me IRL, and I've had, a fairly big project I've been trying to work on, and I've been wanting to get that done before working on other projects, and then just haven't had time to get that done, and then just haven't worked on anything else. So that big project being the event campaign recommendations, which has had a bit of development. I've been going back through working on like figuring out all of the ships I wanted to recommend, and the issue with that video is that if the current setup I have for it is that it's going to be like an hour-long video, all the recommendations I'm doing. So that's been just a big project, and I just haven't had the time to work on it. So I might just put that aside until I get a couple other videos out here that don't take several hours to record. I mean, let me see if I can pull it up here. Like, a lot of this is going to be like the event campaign recommendations. A lot of it's going to be me like when I get down to like what do platforms I'm recommending, like I'm just showing the names, and then I'm gonna have like segments of where I'm showing the ship, in the game, going over the stats, what makes it good. And there's a few that I haven't really went through too much on yet. Like tort platforms is hard because all the like meta tort platforms that I would have recommended in like 6 months ago, they're not the ones to go for anymore, because the Maelstrom has changed the tort meta, and the current record setter when it comes to tort boats is the Terran Eagle, which is a $30 ship in the C store. And when you're looking at a lot of these more premium torpedo platforms, the only one that I would recommend you go for would probably be the World Raiser, which isn't an option in this year's event campaign. So that makes some of the recommendations hard, because the reality is that the meta has changed. The advanced engineering consoles have changed things. The Maelstrom has changed things. The meta has changed from what it was 2 months ago. Juron, how's it going? Mike, Mark the Chief, Warp Core. Gotcha, Mike. Yeah, Juron, the World Raiser is honestly like one of those ships that if you're like a DPS chaser, it's a ship you need to have. Like, it's such a versatile platform that it's a really good tort boat. It's one of the best, especially with the Maelstrom being in the tort meta. And it's also very capable for hybrid builds, like hybrid energy weapon torp, or even for just a CSV build. It's really capable. Billy has gone. Yeah, Jennifer, definitely. Having the meta change is definitely good. Yeah, and I think that's what I'll probably when I get to like the Torp recommendations, that's probably what I'll do is I'll be like, really the issue is that you can get like the top Torp platform in the C store right now. So if you're gonna use your event campaign, go for the premium option, then maybe you need to look at getting a trait or something that is going to be, beneficial to that play style. And for EPG, you guys know I don't really dabble on the EPG side too much. I like the Cheval. It's a good side torque platform, but that's a 4-3 for a full torque boat doesn't you're not getting the full competitive experience like you would on the Eagle. Yeah. Yeah. And definitely Sean. Definitely considering the point of view of using the event campaign to get some of the main core things is definitely one of the things that I want to mention because the different categories I'm looking at covering are directed energy weapons, carriers, torpedoes, EPG, tanks, and then the recommendations for those that want to get a good console or a starship trait. Yeah. And indeed, the World Razor can be made to look just like a Galaxy class ship, which is very, very nice. And the game apparently wants me to do a lot of TFOs today. Jeez. Okay, we are re-rolling that. I'm not doing 3 Lucari TFOs. Is the Bentham Assault Cruiser in my recommendations? No, not. You can literally get the Bentham Assault Cruiser in the C store for $42 during a mud sale. During a 75% mud sale, the Bentham is cheaper than what the two buyouts would cost. Yeah, the D7 Merc Worker Flight Deck Carrier's my top recommendation. Absolutely. The fact is with the D7 Merc Worker Flight Deck Carrier, the ship is good, the Starship trait is good. The console isn't really as valuable, but you also, if you have the D7 Merc Worker Flight Deck Carrier, that unlocks the Advanced Disruptor or Phaser Beams if you want to use those. Yeah, the Bentham is not it hasn't aged well. You have to remember the Bentham Assault Cruiser was like the very first T6 lockbox ship. So it has not aged well. It's very, very old. The stats on it are not good. Like its only spec seat is a lieutenant intel science. Our current event ships get better, stats than that. American Worker Donnie. Yeah, and that's personal preference. Like ultimately, I think the American Worker Donnie is what a lot of people will opt for instead. My recommendation is going to be for the D7 for the simple fact that it comes with one of the best meta DPS starship traits in the game, and it also has a battle cloak, which for some people, that may be something that they care about. Yeah. Okay, I need to kill 10 Voth on the ground, do some border TFOs, destroy dreadnoughts. That's all doable. But the first thing I need to do is swap ships. I'm currently in the Tank Eagle, and I don't want to be in the Tank Eagle. Let's see. I was just talking about the D7. I can just go to that. Rubica, how's it going? I mean, the Tank Eagle works. This D7, I've got two loadouts on this thing. I've got one with isomags, which are good for those of you that have not seen that yet. The isomags, if you saw the last stream I did, if you have the exact same number of isomags versus the same number of locators, the isomags won by a couple percent. I think that the immolating phaser lance and UD combo is still good. Um, I don't necessarily run it on every build. I should on this one though. Where is immolating phaser lance here? Um, it just depends on if if you have room for the things, and that is a very expensive combo to go for. That's terrible, Voyager. Yeah, I know this past week, I wanted to get the event campaign video out and I wanted to get like a video out on the isomags, but real life happens and just have not had that luxury to be able to sit down and get that all done. And I forgot what game I'm playing. Elijah, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Very much appreciated. Can I transwarp to Risa now? Apparently the like blockiness on the ground, that's gonna be fixed. They apparently like they I think they said the other day they may have found what was causing that. Again, Kalijah, thank you so much. Oh no. I a week ago, a week or two back, I had my my ISP send a tech out because the internet's, been so great. And what the but yeah, my ISP gave me a $50 bill for sending that tech out. So I had to call them up yesterday and I was like, I thought if you guys were the ones responsible for the issue that there wouldn't be a service fee. So I called and complained and got that not taken off. Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, but it's supposedly I think they're trying to take care of it because I think they understand it's not a good look. You know? Let me get this track down here. God mode glitch.
That'll give the dancers a show.
What lag in 2023 glitch or video? Terrible. The thing is, Grim, I had my own modem. Like I had one of the better surfboards or whatever that people were going nuts about online for my ISP, and then they pushed out an update and it stopped working.
Don't worry though, it's very safe.
Mystic Tree has gone. The cape makes you look like a superhero. It's still funny when the cape bugs out. Megla, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you, Megla. I mean, so like this here, this is some of the stuff that, I think they're trying to take care of, where I guess is that intended here? I don't know. I guess it is like in the shadow. But there's some parts of the map where it's just clear that there's like blocky textures and like just different lighting on them, and they're trying to take care of that.
The river grotto is a great spot for freshwater wading.
If I go up, you should be able to see it. Or maybe they did something about it today. I don't know. Mystic Tree, thank you for the membership. Very much appreciated. I do notice that the render distance seems a little bit different than normal.
Spencer, go grab that for me, please.
Yep, I'll get in a minute.
Sure.
Okay, I will be right back, guys.
I hope you
Get out there and fly. Time's wasting.
Okay. Yeah, Grim, I know. That was a heavy package to carry up. Jay, how's it going? Waldo? Yeah. The Risa map is definitely a bit dated. Did they add more trees to Risa? I don't think so. I don't know. I honestly I don't pay much attention to the Risa stuff. I do my daily and then I get off the map. I don't do any of the grinding there anymore. And yeah, Grim, that is probably root cause number one of why there hasn't been as many videos in the past couple of weeks. They did add more foliage. It blocks the rings you fly through. Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, they may have. I just don't really. Risa, like. The thing with Risa is that it's the same thing that I was doing in this game a decade ago. There's only so many times you can do these same events before you just get tired of them. I know that they're limited time, but like I did all this stuff the first couple of years, and now when the summer or winter events pop up, I just don't care. I get the daily done, and then I'm off the map. Summer event, flying high, log off, open wows. Well, yeah, and endeavors. I know. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Bia. Yeah. Well, they weren't really light. Like there's no new Vandy shield, right? So just in general, it seems like what we did get for the summer event was more of just a side project rather than being a main focus like you would expect it to traditionally be. Yeah. Okay, I need to do Voth ground. The main focus is the next story mission that they'll be releasing here in a couple months. Oh yeah, look at how OP this 200 Lobby weapon is. That's sarcasm, by the way. So bad. Five times the price, half the damage? Yeah. Oh yeah, that the thing is if I put that out as like a recommendation, even as a meme, someone would take it seriously. You guys remember what happened when I did my April Fool's video in 2022? Like people were super, super mad at me for that. Yeah, yeah, there were people talking about how they weren't even memeing, how they left work early to take advantage of the thing that I showed. It was where I showed off the infinite resource glitch, like where I kept popping open the Phoenix boxes. Ah, do I still have that up? Hold on. Where would be the settings? It's unlisted. Here's the link in chat. Literally, it was titled "Huge Epic Opening plus Infinite Resource Glitch." Like it's the people that were sending, like there were people legitimately upset about this video. I don't know if they've since deleted their comments. I'm gonna have to look. I hate this new, like, the ats handles that it shows on the comment section on YouTube. That's annoying. Yeah, definitely. It was funny. It was a funny thing. The amount of anger about it was quite something. Okay, I need to do some Borg TFOs and I need to destroy dreadnoughts. How about we go in and we do an Elite Kittimer? I'm gonna go in public queue, Elite Kittimer, um, Kittimer Space, so Kittimer Vortex Elite, public queue, and I'm gonna join now. And either there's people randomly pugging this, or you guys were very fast. I got you, Steven. Yeah, it was a funny video. Um, I had plans to do something else for April Fool's this year, but I think I just backed out of it in the end. I just didn't have time and was a little worried about how people would react. So this is the D7 Merrick Worker Flight Deck Carrier. I think I did this build on stream a while back. I don't remember. Yeah, when I was doing the Hangar Pet testing. I am not using the Hangar Pet consoles. Rather, that I am running isomags because I think the pet consoles aren't enough to make pets your main damage source. I think you still have to focus weapons. You will get a larger return focusing on boosting your weapons rather than trying to focus on boosting pets. Yeah, if any of the probes get through, it's a fail. So make sure we split up and make sure that none of the probes get through. Yeah, some of the Lucky Talk stuff, yeah, definitely was inspired by that for the lucky spots. I don't remember what side I said I was going to go, but looks like I'm right here. Oh, I have no survivability. I don't have DPR I'm on. Oh no. I failed. How are we probe-wise? Nah, this does not give ISO mags, unfortunately. The pets do look cool, it's just they don't ever do enough damage. And I'm getting screwed on cooldown reduction this match. Now we just gotta kill Denatra. Yeah, the pets definitely probably easy or are more impactful early on, but late game, they're trying to make them, you know, worth something, but it's just not. They're just not there. He's got 40 stacks of the complex plasma fire trait on her right now. But I don't know if the game engine could honestly support that many pets. Oh, that dot was doing a lot to her in the end there. Good game, everyone. That dot, complex plasma fires, right there near the end. Complex plasma was doing 318k damage per stack there. She had so many stacks of that on her. Again, that's the trade-off of the Gorn Hunter, which is what makes plasma like competitive in this elite environment, because every time you have a plasma weapon hit the target, it applies a stack of plasma fire to them, and that can stack up to 100 times. It scales up with your weapon power, which is really good with the new isomag consoles, and it's also impacted by various dot buffs and really nice things. So complex plasma fires, one of the most game-changing traits so far this year, because like I said, it literally makes plasma competitive in an elite environment. I do not have the full ultimate 3-piece on. I would have to give up a console to get the ultimate console on, and I would have to give up a turret for that 3-piece. And in a longer duration fight, I'd rather have that extra turret rather than that brief duration of extra haste for, you know, the 12 seconds or whatever that it's up. Yeah, Mark the Chief, I legitimately had people messaging me that were quite angry about it. So yeah, it definitely had people falling for it. Second, let's see what this is. What's the second console in science slot? So the second science console on this carrier build is the sensor suspension burst. This is off the Jirok, which was the 2022 anniversary ship. It's a really nice pet buff, basically. It's got nice crit chance passives on it for you, small power boost, and then it has a clicky on it that can give your pets a lot of crit chance there for 20 seconds. Yeah. The alliance ships being in that bundle is definitely a little annoying. Let's see. I need to do another Borg TFO, but I do want to swap ships here. Let me bring up the Connie 3. So I've been running my Connie 3 with a fire at will setup. I am using a ton of the isomag consoles, which I think you should be doing on a ship like the Neo Connie. Yeah, I mean, spiral waves definitely are still in a very good spot. This is not set up as a tank, but I mean, we can do an HSC if that's what you want. This is set up more for like going into ISA pugs. This does not have any survivability, but Distant Night, if you want me to take this into an HSC, I mean, if you're tanking, we can. Is that what you want? It's not a tank. It's not set up as a tank. Okay. Hive Onslaught Elite. Here we go. I've hit it. It's going. Apparently, I need to be in a shuttle because that's still an issue. Oh no. Oh no. Do we have a tank? Oh no. Do I have Valdor? I don't even have the Valdor console in my inventory. Oh no. We do have a tank? Okay. Oh no. It's fine, it's fine. I believe. I believe we'll have the firepower to punch right through this.
Did you think you had destroyed me?
I'm gonna let others be the first in. I'm gonna die. Fire at will with no tank, not good. Fire at will is very much pull thread off everything, and we made it.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Feedback, run. You gotta keep an eye for a blue icon to pop up on her. That gives you 5 seconds of warning of when the feedback's gonna pop up. And then you can either shut your weapons off or run away.
Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Not the greatest HSE, but I mean 420 with a fire at will beam build. I mean, that was. I mean, that went better than I thought it was gonna go. So good game, everyone. You want to see your attacks in? We can that here. Grim, I have you at 11.91%. Or how much damage? Ice. Oh, okay, I got you. I see, I see. I misread your question. I'm sorry. Symbiotic Ice for me did 12.1k, and for you, Symbiotic Ice did 7.6k. I'm using the competitive reputation engines, the versions that give you a speed boost when you hit firing modes. And I see heals for Terabit, yeah. Terabit heals Valdor, yeah. The Valdor shield healing console. Like, if you have that alone, that's a massive amount of healing. I just did not have it in my inventory. Otherwise, I would have put it on this build. Yeah, shield absorptive frequency gen console, the Valdor console. You can get that in the ship or from the shipyard for like, was it 75k deal or something like that? Yeah, so there we go. That was the Titan, the Connie 3 in HS. Yeah, it's insanely good. Let's see what's going on here. Bell, how's it going? Character is like 2 months old. I can make it work. The Ice Age. Oh. Okay. So for the DECS set that I'm running on this, it's the competitive rep engines, the prevailing innervated impulse engines. These give you basically like an evasive maneuvers whenever you hit a firing mode. So fire will, cannon scatter volley, beam overload, torp spread, or mine pattern. Like any of those count as a firing mode to give you a speed boost. That's why you commonly see on some of the high-end CSV builds that people will have like a beam overload 1 on their build, because they're basically using the beam overload like in evasive maneuvers with these engines on. And then for the deflector, core, and shield, I have the Discovery Rep 3-piece on, because the 3-piece Mycelial Lightning is actually really good in normal or advanced content, especially on an AoE heavy build. Jeez, Megla. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna do an infected advanced pug run with the Neoconi just to see how it goes. I know I've given very little warning, but after that, I think I'm gonna do a different build. Yeah, yeah. Sean, if you go look at the ISA record runs, the canon ones from the past year or so, I think MB's got like 400k from the Mycelial Lightning on his 2 mil cannon run. ISA? No, I don't. I don't know how to do anything else. This is the only thing that I know how to do in this entire game. I've just done other TFOs. Terrible. We can see how bad I do here. Isn't that what you guys are here to see, is how bad does Spencer do? See, look at this casual gameplay. Super casual.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
There we go. That was a slow run. That run was the entire combat duration was over 30 seconds. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry you guys had to endure such a long match. Good game, everyone. Hyper, let me read your comment a bit closer here. Wouldn't know if you're doing bad or good. All I see is a cluster of effects and constant 5-digit numbers when I maybe see 1 or 2 hits that big and I don't know how they happen. Post your build in the builds Discord. The link for that's in the description down below. The builds Discord is a place where you can post your build to get some input on it, or you can use it to look at the builds of other players and just get an idea of what they're doing. But there's some basic things to always make sure you're doing. Make sure your TAC consoles or whatever consoles you're running, whether they're the TAC Spire ones or these new like Isomag type consoles, make sure you're using a bunch of consoles that boost the one damage type that you're using. If you're running phaser, you want to make sure everything you're running is, phaser focused. Make sure you've got your weapon power up. I think McStud just talked about this the other day in his latest video, but most of the time when you tune into like a random STO player on Twitch, what you'll see is that they're on the balanced preset where they're 50 across the board, and that is hurting you. You want to crank your weapon power up. You can just do the weapon preset if you want, but what I do is I use the third option here that lets you customize things. I max out my weapon power, then I dump the rest into engines. Shield power does not help you stay alive longer. Aux power does have some benefits depending on the build, but in most cases, weapon power max, rest into engines is going to be the best thing for you. Zen, I think the wiki might have a list. The EPG section on the builds Discord might be a good place to ask also. There's some very dedicated EPG players, like Distant Knight here. I thought shields were fixed. Oh no. Yes, Chiaps, you're on TV. Oh no. Let's see. Use generic. I mean, the beam ones can work, but if you can get the more specific consoles, that is gonna be better long term. But I mean, beams ones can work. Voyager, how dare you even show me that? Terrible. Voyager sends me a picture of maxed out shield power. Gotcha. The Bellamar are definitely for starting out. That's good. Your next option would be like for TAC console or consoles to boost your damage would either be Fleet Spire ones or the like the Isomags here. But the Isomags are really expensive, and I don't think you're going to be getting those right away. There's people that have been playing the game for a while that still don't have a full set of Isomags, so that's definitely a more late game thing. Try an elite gateway to Grethor. Yeah, we can do a gateway to Grethor. But I've had a lot of requests recently to do, and it absolutely pains me to say this, but I've had a lot of requests recently to do a beam overload Connie 3. It absolutely pains me to be in that position, but that's what the people want to see. Voyager. Story missions Um when they come out with a new one. Shield tank build when? That's literally just putting the Valor console on. I was just swapping ships around. Hyper. Need to move my chat to a more visible spot here. Oh yeah, now would be a good time to insert ads, is what YouTube says. 2 beam, 1 dual cannon, and a torpedo in front, all temporal defense. Yeah, well, in that case, you would definitely want to be running the plus damage consoles, like the plus damage type consoles, because you're not boosting all your weapons with like the bellums, because the bellums are beam or cannon. There's no phaser bellum, so you'd want to, if you want to keep with what you're doing, you can do that, but you're going to want to make that investment into those damage specific consoles. And in general, you're going to see it very commonly recommended to not mix beams and cannons. And in general, I would also recommend that. There are builds where you can do that with things like surgical strikes. But if you're on just like a beam overload build, cannon scatter volley, then you want a full commit to whatever your main focus is. Having a single torpedo on is fine. Having a single torp on is fine. It's something that a lot of people do. But the thing that I tend to tell people is don't go super hard focusing on boosting that one torpedo. If you're on a ship where you have 7 energy weapons and 1 torpedo, it doesn't make sense to go in and heavily focus, boosting that torpedo. You're better off boosting the 7 weapons rather than the 1. Okay, I'm seeing a call for Elite Gateway to Grethor. We can do that. I'm going to drop the Connie 3 console because I just don't think it's going to do much for me here. And I'm going to slot the Valdor console for survivability. Elite TFO with beam overload? Yes. That's exactly what's going on, Voyager. Elite TFO with beam overload. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap super weapon ingenuity on, and let me see here. So cold-hearted, calm, EWC, super weapon ingenuity, Terran goodbye, and Thunder Run. It's not great, but this will work. I'm just going to stick with this and go with that. Let me save this loadout as its appropriate name. I don't think it's going to let me have that name, though. That's not very creative either. I see you're not running the prolonged phaser. The prolonged phaser is fine. The issue with the prolonged weapons, though, the cannons or the beam, is that it takes a while for their damage buff to really stack up, and you lose it as soon as you're out of combat. So even in a gateway to Grethor, as soon as I'd go out of red alert, I lose the stacks, and then that weapon falls back to a lower performance state, and it'll take, some time for it to get built back up to a good point. Voyager, no. Okay, we're going into Gateway to Grethor Elite, as you guys have requested. Public queue. Here we go. And the pen weapons, I know I continue to get some very lovely comments about the pen weapons. But I still stand by what I said in that video. You know, that I think for most people, they're good. I get that if you're like DPS chasing super hardcore that you'd want another damage or crit D, but for casual play, I don't think pen is bad.
The invasion of Kronos has begun.
Like, you gotta understand, like, I'm not saying this while using, non-pen weapons. I'm using pen myself still on quite a few builds. And the fact is, in solo content or even just most randoms, like, you're gonna benefit from that pen. No, there's others. There's others, Voyager. They know who they are. And I got the Maelstrom on. Should be interesting.
Herald reinforcements are inbound. The shipyard is secure. The starbase is secure.
I forgot to turn my fire cost reduction thing on.
The troop transports.
Hello, Tibet.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform.
Focus on closing the radiation ones as soon as you see them.
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of beta radiation. Korfez.
The Excelsior 2 console is really so much fun. And the Excelsior 2 honestly works quite well as a surgical strikes boat.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform.
My weapons don't want to fire. My weapons have been disabled. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna go help the other side because that radiation, or they got it okay.
Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Nah, the overmod's really bad. I didn't include it when I did that video, and I really should have, just to show people that it's really not something to use.
Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard
Honestly, I think some of these new ISOMAG setups would work really well for that. Like, where you don't have the ability to run a bunch of universal console, like, clickies.
Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet. Shipyard transports are beginning their run to the planet.
Yeah, the over modifier is literally just a 2.5% proc. It's why it's why it sucks. Is the over modifier is just a proc. 10 is a constant effect, like your damage or crit demods would be.
Herald Dreadnought has
So it's really hard to recommend over, and I should have talked about it more in the video. But like I just, from my use of it in the past, having had full sets of it, I just think it's sort of a meme, and you shouldn't bother with it. On PC, you can't fully select your power levels like on console. You can't. Oof, yeah, that sucks. Yeah, Greg, if you're just running beam arrays, then that's perfectly fine, to be honest.
Herald ships are attacking the starbase.
we go. There was the beam overload experience that you guys have been asking for.
We will fight for.
Okay, I have missed some chat here. May I join pen hitters? Wow. Oh no. Greg, how's it going? Average British nerd, how's it going? Yeah, the beam ones are perfectly fine. Like, if all you're doing is using beam arrays and you're not using like clickies that would be boosted by like the phaser stuff, then you're fine. But if you're using, let's say, the immolating phaser lance, then you know there's some things boosted by phaser damage there, and if I recall, the redirecting arrays console, which is the Excelsior experimental power redirection. I don't know why I said redirecting arrays there, but um that console, from what I recall, I think is boosted by phaser. Yeah, oh yeah. So that is directly boosted by your phaser stuff on your build. Does it scale up with power? I honestly do not remember. So your weapon power impacts it too? Oh man, that makes these isomegs even more valuable. Distant Night. I don't hate myself enough for what you ask. Neothomist, how's it going? Mac? Yeah, phaser's expensive and hard to get, absolutely. You are not wrong at all there. It seems that that dog is very unhappy right now. We'll look at the camera and see what's going on. I ordered a Amazon's got deals starting up, so I've got new like actual office chair coming in later this month. So they're the early Prime Day sales or whatever it is are actually having some nice benefits so far. It's like it was just a package that had to be signed for. Yeah. Link the chair, looking for one. Yeah, let me pull it up. Well, it's a big boy chair. So I just ordered this earlier. So let me link it. There you go. Yeah, this is what I ordered. Just a higher capacity chair. Way more than I need, but thought that was a good price. Big and tall, yeah. Yeah, I had a chair from like a Serta chair, but it broke on me, and they were going to send me a replacement part. 6 months later, they never did it. I kept contacting them, their support, and they said that they would issue me a full refund. Now it's been about 2 months, and I still haven't received that check in the mail, so I'm going to continue bugging them. Yeah, the Canon version Rapid is even worse. Yeah, Hyper. The Rapid modifier is even worse because Rapid Fire is in such a poor state right now. Wanted to put a World Razor box on the exchange, but instead I clicked too fast and opened it. The World Razor is a good ship bed. I mean, yeah, it sucks to not have the EC if you were wanting the EC, but being that there's definitely worse ships that you could have opened. Oh yeah, the STO lockbox system. So on that topic, I was looking at Steam the other day, and I thought thought it was appropriate that for the Steam page that the game should really have, the gambling tab on it, or the gambling tag, because there's so many mechanics in this game that are very gambling heavy. I mean, the reroll system is literally, just a slot machine. One person found my review funny. 71 found it helpful. Someone gave me a take my points. This is an old review. I think this is, yeah, this was from right around the time that I was like getting burnt out on the game, and I stepped away for a few years. Yeah, the game was not in a good state at that time period of like 2017. Fake leather, yeah. Can you not do a sponsored video and get a super good gaming chair to keep? I haven't received any sponsorship offers like that. Most of the time, like, I got a sponsorship offer earlier today actually, and it was really weird. Like it's a like something for hair removal. I'm just sitting here like, how the hell like did they think by, they just randomly spam products at you, and it's almost always just some random garbage. I did receive one thing recently from a game on that email. I had to go through and filter things out quite a bit. Someone went through and like signed up my contact email for a bunch of services. So I had a bunch of random emails going to that address. But yeah, there was one game that reached out to me a week or two back, and I completely forgot to respond to them. It's been hectic for me IRL. Um, but I looked at it and I'm like, I just didn't have the bandwidth. I don't have the bandwidth right now to get into another game enough to do a video on it. I'm already, I'm already quite far behind with content just for Stowe. I'm playing Stowe, O Game, and World of Warships on a regular basis. I don't have the bandwidth right now to dive into to another game and try to make content for it. I just can't. Lawnmower. What would my review of STO be like now? I think that'd be a good video. Get a wife, 100% hair removal. That's, I don't even know what to say there, boss. What the hell is... Do I have a World of Warships channel too? No. Yeah, it's the sponsorship opportunities. Like, most of them are just like real spammy. Like, if there's some that I get that want a link, or that they want me to click a link, I'm very unlikely to click that link. Especially like, I look at some of these products, I've had random like game controllers in the past, and I look at them and they look like the chintziest little things on Walmart, and it's just like, nah. Matt Gates sent an email address right there. Yeah, that is true. Terrible Cheops. Oh no. Okay, let's do some more content and not get into any political things, please. to snap over. Go. Why? Windows snapping, please work. You could drive a deep sea sub with those game controllers. Why no legendary Bort? Because the devs don't think we need one. I see an ISC. Null is doing an ISC? Oh, man. We got slang in here, too. Okay. Let's let's go the Dalkina again. I like the Dalkina. But nah, the warship stuff, I don't think the way that I play World of Warships would be very, very good for like creating entertaining videos, especially with me liking to play submarines. Um, Submarines are extremely hated in that game, and I just don't think that's go very well for me. Am I going to play Starfield in September? You are talking to somebody who has, let me see here. You are talking to somebody who has owned the Fallout games for a very long time and never completed one.
The situation is grim.
What firing mode would be best? Cannon scatter volley. If you wait for the next Klingon recruit event, you can get the CSV extension trait for free, or you can spend the $30 to get it beforehand if you don't want to wait. But CSV is, it's free and it works. Yeah, I know the lobby's bugged. It's fine.
Scanning the nanite transport.
Oh, my flying is so bad. That was rough on my part.
Sensors confirm that the transwarp conduit has been destroyed. However, our scans of the starbase are still being disrupted. We will need to send an away team there to look for survivors.
Yeah, that was a rough one on my part. I have not really flown much this past week, and I can feel that. Yeah, definitely would get hate. Let me catch up on chat here again. Yeah, cannon scatter volley would definitely be the firing mode that I would go for. Even if you have to just use a T5 ship, grab like a cheap escort type ship off the exchange, I'd go for it because I think CSV is just so far ahead of everything else. Um, I have enough EC to buy a Tholian Ectomy. I also have enough Lobby to buy it. Use EC. If you have the opportunity to buy something with EC that would normally cost Lobby, then use EC. Lobby cost a lot more to acquire than what the actual Lobby items sell for. And I think this is actually something I'll be talking about in that video. Yeah. So each Lobby costs on average like somewhere around 2 to 2.5 million EC to obtain. But when you sell Lobby or like a Lobby item, you're only getting 3 to 500k EC back per Lobby. So you're better off using your Lobby for items that you can't get via the exchange. Like if you have a console or weapon you're wanting to get from the Lobby store, use your Lobby on that. Let other people make the bad trade of using their Lobby to get Lobby ships. Not played WoW in ages, used to play. Mark, it's not went in a positive direction. There's now battleships and destroyers that have planes that are like hybrids, and then the submarines have definitely made it much worse for people. Yeah, I would just use your EC to buy the Ectomy. Yeah, boss, I know, it's terrible. Distant Night, terrible. Yeah, so you can get the CSV extension trait Withering Barrage for free from the Klingon recruitment event. The ship that you get as a Klingon recruit has CSV or the Withering Barrage trait on it, so which I see they said in chat. Yeah, the Romulan starter pack also works for that if you don't want to wait, which is understandable because waiting a year is not worth it. I would definitely just pay to get the trait. Yeah, the Lobby ships are retaining very little value because there hasn't been any new ones in a while. They've dropped so much in price now. Yeah, I think the general population doesn't know about the value of the isomags. Like the isomags are really good. Like legitimately, they are insanely good. Yeah, hyper. I understand that definitely. The base prices of bundles in this game is sort of a ripoff. Really is quite a joke. Okay. Let's swap ships again here. Let's see. I don't know what ship I want to go to. I got the Theseus last week and I immediately started to regret it. It just isn't great. Wish bundles in the mud store would go to 50 or go to 75% off again. I wish. Um I've got enough Zen left over from what I picked up during the sale. But my intention was to probably just get the Kelvin bundle. Um, at 150 bucks worth of Zen, I think the Kelvin bundle is one of the very few that you could probably justify at just 50% off. And I was looking at picking it up the next time it appears. Yeah, hyper. That's an issue with that stuff. And what really sucks in the case of the legendary Talish you're talking about is that like when you're doing certain builds, those bundles become like must-haves for the traits they have. And in the case of the one you're talking about, um, the issue with the legendary Romulan Captain bundle that's got the Talis in it is that anyone doing like a current meta Torque build has to have the trait off that. It really sucks because that trait is, oh, I can't remember the name of it. I'm gonna scroll to it though. No, it's attack. Is it attack pattern theta or something? Assault formation theta. Yeah, here we go. Assault formation theta. When you hit attack pattern omega or you decloak, your starship will gain a boost to turn rate and weapon amplification, and will grant you a high yield 3. So if you're on like the Terran Eagle, which that's what's got the current torp records in ISE, that's a pretty important trait. And 160 starship weapon amplification, that's pretty big also. It also that weapon amplification also, if I recall, that helps with the Revo, was it 2-piece? 2 or 3-piece? I don't remember. I think it's a 2-piece. Maybe the Kittimer bundle at 75% off. I mean, that might make me consider it. But actually, I still wouldn't get it even at 75% off. I'd get something else instead. Could always try streaming something you think might be different. See how many show up for sparkling personality over the game itself. Starfield would be good on release. New game, big audience. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the other times where I've went from Stowe over to Warships, it was fine for the most part. The thing with the Eagle is that it's got the commander pilot, so it benefits heavily with the console that the Eagle has, which is really good for torps. Okay, let's do some more Stowe content here, or a bathtub stream. Oh no, let me pull the Theseus out. Sell the water too? That's just disgusting. Um, what do I think the price of Isomag should go for? or what Isomag should sell for? I mean, I'd like them to sell for more than what they are. That answer your question? Like, higher than what they are? I haven't even looked at the market in the past week. I mean, there's probably a lot of supply from the R&D promo pack event still. I think the good ones, I would be surprised if like long term the phaser ones get to over 100 mil personally, but I could be wrong. But given the difficulty in acquiring the materials, it's really going to depend on how often Cryptic runs the promo events again. If they don't run another promo event now for like 4 months, then the price of Isomax is going to shoot up massively. But if they run another like 4 weeks from now, then the Isomax are going to crash because that's where most of the supply comes from. Yeah, the Theseus did not perform the way I wanted it to, and once I actually had it in hand, the layout was even more restricted than I expected. I mean, the epic isomags, what are those at? Why did someone craft a Mark 12 one? Okay. The epic quality isomags for phasers start at 65, so yeah. Definitely the prices come down. I mean, that's good for buyers. Think we are going to get more promo events. That'd be good. Spencer, you should sell Res All. I did see those comments. I see that there's people in this game that actually think the Res All is like going to help them, and it hurts. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, let's do into the Hive Elite. Let's get a ground TFO done here. I'm on a Klingon character, so I'm gonna run the Klingon exclusive Elite Fleet Disruptor dual sniper rifles because I gotta show that there's some value in the KDF side, you know. Honestly, I'd probably UD is reliant on you having something to maintain the uptime. So for simplicity, I'd probably go for Terran Goodbye, if I'm being perfectly honest. You're losing a lot of the severity that UD gives, but you are getting more chance. And it just is, you know, you're not really thinking about it. With UD, you have to think about timing, you know, the emulating phaser lance or whatever you're using to keep it up. Chat's lagging for anyone? Is the stream laggy? Looks fine. I'm just really far behind in chat. You have the Damos. I mean, if you have the Damos phaser lance and you don't like spam bar it, then UD is good. If you can keep the phaser lance like where you're hitting it once every 15-ish seconds, then it'll be fine.
You have penetrated to the heart of Unimatrix disconnected.
I don't know how to move here. Too casual to move. I mean, resistance, like Cat 1 resistance, just straight up has a cap. XX, then roll. It's fine.
Sweep this room quickly and you'll catch the Borg off guard. Seize the advantage.
Brain Drain, thank you for the membership, man.
The Borg are reacting. They're awakening reinforcements.
What do you mean it's adapted? Could you imagine how much it would suck to fight the Borg if there was actually adaptation in space?
Force speed between central plexus and collective core is down. Gather there for a mission update.
Have I seen the new game coming out, Star Trek Infinite? Yes, I have. It's basically just Stellaris. Psycho Chicken, good night. Texas console can also work to keep UD up. Yeah, I mean, if you can keep UD up, then that's better. Terran Goodbye is just like Terran Goodbye is good. It's just you're not getting as large of an overall buff out of it as UD can provide. But at the same time, TG is just you don't think about it. It's just there. It just works. Someone else beat me to it. Yeah, and I think honestly, Cryptic is too scared to like actually try to do something like that because, I mean, let's be real, people would rage.
The Borg are reacting to the virus upload. Reinforcements inbound.
Yeah, so like Star Trek Infinite, like I think it'll be a good game, but like if Stellaris is too complicated for you, you're not gonna like Star Trek Infinite because it's gonna be as complicated as Stellaris is. I wish. Any chance that I will go over that game? Maybe when it comes out, yeah. I own Stellaris, but I haven't actually played it. Chose the Domino? Very nice. Any chance I'd stream it? Yeah, I could. Speaking of streaming, I think I may have talked about this last week. I don't remember. But I did order some parts. I'm going to be upgrading my computer here soon. I initially, like, I'd wanted to go to, like, an X3D chip, and then was like, I can't justify you know, the price for it. But I found a really good used deal the other day and decided to take advantage of it. I got a 7950X with a Aorus X670 Master for 700. So it's an X670E Aorus Master, plus a 7950X non 3D, and then I ordered some RAM during that Newegg price error last week, and they shipped it. So overall, the upgrade cost is like around like what I'm spending is $800, and then I'm just gonna probably sell my existing CPU, RAM, motherboard combo for like 550 to 600, somewhere around there. So the overall upgrade cost will hopefully only be about $200. Oh man, did I not even hit my gambling tribble? Oh no. Hey, I didn't die in this one.
You cannot defeat the Borg.
I mean, this TFO can be soloed.
The enemy is in a state of
I don't know if
disarray.
Sid's watching right now, but I think Sid has a few videos of him soloing it, and I think a few others have too.
Wait, we're receiving a signal.
But yeah, good game, everyone. The Star Trek Stellaris mod is way better than what Infinity looks like. Way more complex, probably. Yeah, yeah, I think that would have been a bit more effort than they were willing to do, Grim, to be honest. Can I solo into the Hive Elite? Probably not this night. I'm too casual for it. You see, I really am a casual player. Um, I just know how to do infected. Everywhere else, it's just casual. Casual beam overload player. I mean, wasn't I just using a beam overload build? You know, just earlier in the stream. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's literally in the name. Casual. Stellaris. Stellaris is another one of those games. Like, I've got so many games on Steam that I have not went through and actually played. And Stellaris is definitely one of those where I think I might have some of the DLC for it, but I just like have never actually went through and played it all. So what do I have for it? Um I've got Utopia, Apocalypse, Megacorp. Like there's a lot of newer add-ons that I just straight up do not have. It's so expensive to like get all the Stellaris bundles. Like, really want to spend that type of money. It's worse than The Sims. Yeah, Stellaris is very in depth, and I have just not wanted to commit that amount of time to it. Compared to spending money in Stowe, that's true. That's true. No, no, I've picked up a ton of random games, but like actually playing them, ever play Star Citizen? Yes, I have. Not recently though. Yeah, let's do another TFO here. You know, the only Borg one that I haven't done so far is Hive Elite today for the space side. And we're not going to count Borg Disconnected. Don't care about that one. So public queue, Hive Elite, if you want to join. Yeah, the V'ger probe sucked initially, but then like a month or so after it came out, they finally like made it good. So it's actually pretty decent now. I think McStud MC Stu might be a better person to ask on Star Citizen. I've spent like I think like 50-ish bucks on it. And I have a ship that I can fly around and do things there with. You don't have to spend a massive amount for it. Right now. Honestly, Stowe is more expensive than Star Citizen, as crazy as that sounds. Kathy, thank you for the $2. I'll catch up on chat here in a second. Think my CSV may have misfired, or... Yeah, it did. Good game. Ginger, good. I've definitely mispronounced your name. But like STO, it's a gamble. In Star Citizen's case, it's a gamble if the game will ever be finished. Yeah. But yeah, you can get a decent starter pack, and you can mess around in there. But like there is a system where you can actively fly around, do things. But yeah, I mean, if you want to wait, that's wait and see where things go with it. You know, that never hurts. Um, not much so far, David. Just chatting basically. Just chatting in dailies. Stargate, how's it going? I don't think I have it installed right now. I don't. Run Korfez. You just want me to go through all the fun queues, don't you? You know, the worst thing about Korfez is that it doesn't even give like an isomag or one of the better materials. I think there are ways to use a joystick in Stowe. It's just not going to be that successful for you. Any news? Not really. You know, I think Stowe's also been pretty quiet this week because the anniversary, or not anniversary, well, I mean, the Independence Day anniversary of the US, yeah. I can't English right now. Every time I watch Spencer's stream, about an hour and a half in, you want a pizza? Wow. No 10 forward for a month. I mean, but what Kale did say is that the next 10 forward would be 2 weeks from the 4th. So what that means is that on the 18th, we'll probably be getting the new ship bundle announced. You guys want Korfez, you want Drunner Gauntlet. The issue that I have with Drunner Gauntlet is I don't really have any EPG stuff on this character to keep things locked down. Yeah, yeah. The exciting new ships. I know they are exciting though, Chell. People just need to go in with the expectation that they're probably not going to be as specced out as the anniversary ships were. Remember, the 12th anniversary ships had different specialization seats on them, and then the first responder bundle that came out later around this time last year, that had worse. Like they were still okay, but they were definitely not at the same tier. And we need to probably expect that that's what we're going to be seeing here. Is it's going to be something like the Bozeman, where there's a C store version and then there's a fleet version, and the spec seats aren't going to be as good. Just want good traits and consoles from the new ships, yeah. Hydra is so good, it really is. The Hydra is amazing. I'm debating what ship to bring in here. I haven't even said what we're doing yet. Get ships like the Norway and Seneca. I don't think the Norway was that bad, to be fair. Nah, I'll just cave and do what people want. We're gonna do a battle of Korfez. Battle of Korfez, which is what you guys are wanting me to do. And I'm going to join the public queue for it. Battle of Korfez Elite public queue. Here we go. Norway gets the vote. Oh no. Directed to lithium burn. Honestly, I don't even remember it. I'm gonna have to look at it. Do I have one here? Is this the console you're talking about? Directed to lithium resonance stabilizer? Or is there a different one with the same name? Similar name. No trait. I might have that one. I don't recall it being anything that notable. How to make the Hydra more better? Give me a Hydra with 6 engineering consoles. That would also work. Directed to lithium burn. Do I have it? I wouldn't bother with it. I mean, at a budget level, you could, but if you're doing a plasma build, it's probably not really that budget level. Yeah, side boats are really good for this. I'm too casual to do side boats though.
The Teray are sending us.
Oh, is this is the bug face, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is.
Stop any
Bugged face. I think we may have the EPG for it though. I have faith in our AoE capability here. This phase is a bit difficult because it spawns in the entire like wave in one go rather than in different waves like it used to. Oh man, there's a lot on this. I used my protomatter too early, I think. Is pumped ox the new psi meta? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I'd say look at the builds Discord for that stuff. I really don't keep up with the science side of things. I should. There we go. Yeah, I missed the old gravel. That was really good though, and we have lots of control here, which really is great for this. I'll break far left. Could use probably one person on the left side, but I think this is pretty well covered. Go. Okay, left side's clear for now. Outside of this one right here. Are we good everywhere else? Have we lost any? It says we lost 3. Rip. I will catch up on chat here after this TFO. Okay, it says we've lost a few now. Left side's had a few spawn in. I'll deal with these. The proto matter field projector is really nice because it can heal these the NPCs you're trying to protect. Okay, we got it. Looks like we got it in the first wave, too. Incoming message, it says.
We're pushing the Vaadwaur back.
Spencer's the reason why we need a DPS cap. What is the highest level you go to on Sompek? The last time I tried to do like Sompek, we went to like 400 or something. It just is so much work. It's not even a matter of can it be done. It's a matter of your willpower to do it. Like Sompek just is not challenging. It really, like from a difficulty point of view, it's an endurance test.
Excellent work. I'll admit, I was skeptical that you and your teammates.
Okay, we pretty much just devastated that. That was the hardest Korfez possible for like the hardest combo you can possibly get, and we pretty much just dumpstered it. Good job, team. We basically we just like Korfez does not get any harder than that. Terray, we had the Terray that are bugged and spawn in all at once rather than in waves like they're supposed to. We had the Benthans, which is historically, the worst, and we got through that in the first phase. And then we even got the boss out. The boss died in the first phase. EPG saves the day? Yeah. I mean, absolutely. EPG has very good use cases, and this is definitely one of them. I know y'all want me to set up and work on side builds again. The Vern's just really expensive, I don't know if I want to spend my resources. If only I had the Vern on account-wide unlock. You know what I mean? If only. Someone pulled a temporal science vessel right as they're opening a really old box. They're trying to go for that. I know. I know. I'm joking. I've got the Muds bundle for it. So if I did want to go with that, I do have that. How many colony consoles should I equip with advanced isomag for max DPS? Um, that's going to depend. Like, you're still going to want to run the Lorca attack console. Like, that's still, pretty good. If you're on like a plasma build, you may want to run the Fekiri Torment engine, or if you're on a build that would benefit from that console at all. And then after that, you could do all colonies. This build that I'm currently in is set up for like survivability as a bit of a meme. So don't follow this build 200%. But the Fekiri Torment engine does have use cases. It boosts some niche damage types and plasma. It's also got a neat little fire effect on it. Burn side build stream. I mean, I have the Vern on account wide unlock, so if I ever did want to do a Vern build, I literally have infinite reclaimable box of it here. Warp Core, do I know what happened with the thing people were moving the Stowiki to do place? Yeah, they have. Yeah, stowiki.net. Yeah. Yeah, it's up and running. No, I have not been using Swarm Matrix on my plasma builds. Honestly, I just haven't had room for a ton of universal consoles on on the plasma builds. They moved the wiki because fandom was having some issues. I did see that Kale did an interview with some place earlier today. I saw it on the Stow subreddit, but I didn't really look into it to see if there's anything of substance said. I guess it's time to look. Check O game. Make sure I didn't get like hacked or something because I forgot to check it for an hour. That's all good. So Stow. Let's see anything in chat. Yeah, they were moving away from fandom because fandom has lots of ads and was just having issues. Let's take a look at the comment section. Like I clicked and looked at this earlier, and let's just take a look. Before we dive into the game, what are your thoughts on current Trek culture, and what are you really enjoying the most outside of gaming? I think Trek culture has come a long way in a few years. Around the launch of Discovery, Trek was being defined by some folks who really only wanted to see the worst in things. They were never the majority of the fandom, not even close, but they sure were yelling loud. Okay. I'm going to skim through the rest of this and see if there's anything of substance. I'll include a link to this in chat for those of you that would like to read through it more. I think it's because all the negativity Discovery has had. I still think Discovery. I mean, I enjoyed parts of Discovery. I just thought that it was too long for like they needed more. I mean, the season with the burn, with that stuff, I was so annoyed at how that ended. Like it just seemed so bad, so badly written. But I really enjoyed the first 2 seasons of Discovery, to be honest. I did like the first two. There's been some little snippets here or there in the later seasons that were neat, but I overall just the Discovery I don't think is a show that I would rewatch. Picard, Picard was great. Season 3 Picard, oh yeah. I know, Grim. Let's see. Anything else here of substance? Okay, this question has nothing. Over the past few years, we've seen a lot having to do with the Mirror Universe. What's the reaction been like to that chain of stories? That were, I don't know, they were overused. I don't know. I'll just let you guys read through this, make up your own mind on the the uh the answers here, but it just doesn't seem like there's anything of substance that was said. The Confederation in Picard season 2, the Terran Empire with some order, yeah. And sadly, we probably won't see that, really get much more attention. So there's no like new news in this interview apparently, so yes. Don't go into reading this interview hoping that you're going to learn, about upcoming things, because it seemed that wasn't really discussed much. Cryptic in general just doesn't really like leaking things, and it's just always been that way, which I think is stupid to some extent. Like, I think there are times where leaking things, even just little hints, like look at how much attention that accidental leak last year with the patrol escort and all those other ships, look how much that kept people like talking about things months in advance. People were buying Zen ahead of time, getting prepared for it. I think things like that are good for the game, and unfortunately they do not seem to agree. Factory interior of the ships, I don't know, Jeffrey. Obviously, there's stuff you can't talk about, but what can you tell us about the rest of the year? And not just telling us to keep an eye out. Dad, questions like that would be neat to see asked to Kale there. Just some hints from the dev team about some things they're working on. Yeah, it was Warp Core. It was a good distraction. I mean, we're still talking about that leak to this day as we wait for some of those ships to come out. So what am I looking for the rest of the year? Stargate. I'm looking forward to isomags being recognized as being good consoles for DPS builds, and I am looking forward to making EC, which will enable more gambling. I think it's literally just the patrol escort that's left now, Warp Core. I think everything else has actually been released. In World of Warships, they literally like announce the ships they're working on super far in advance. Oh, that was that. So they did ask him that. Okay. Another story. Yeah. So the next story mission's coming out this fall. So for anyone that was hoping there'd be one over the summer, yeah. There's a surprising new enemy group and a new friend that has one of the cooler designed spaceships I've ever seen. But I really can't tell you much more than that. You'll have to wait and see. It's just the T6 patrol escort left, yeah. Legendary Akira and Valdor were in leak, yeah, and those have now come out. The approach Warships has is definitely better. And on the topic of warships, maybe it's time to go get my dailies done over there. Let's do a warships match. Yeah, it's going to be like some different color of Borg ships. Just watch. Could you imagine how mad people would be if that happened? People would be mad. Yeah, the pity system seriously needs some work. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I just want to get my warships dailies done, and then that'll probably be it for the stream today. Apparently, there's a new challenge to do. So with these things, you just have to go through and like do the little missions for each, and you'll get rewards at the end. Yes, super containers worth so much now. A permanent camo for the Jaeger. It's 20 million credits. It's a lot. Yes, that looks well worth wailing out for. The monetization that they do in Warships is a bit rough sometimes. The monetization, some of the things they do is expensive. Or Jewel. Oh no. Oh no. I can't turn the naval battles on. Oh no. See, what is it this week? Get XP with these types of destroyers. Okay, I will do that later because I don't want to play destroyers right now. I've been doing these brawls quite a bit. They've got 1v1 brawls up, and I basically just go in with the St. Vincent, and I'll HE people down. HE is just like explosive, high explosive rounds, so it'll set their ship on fire, destroy parts. This ship does also have some really hard-hitting guns, so if someone gives their side to you, then you can just absolutely slam them. You bought Cold Waters? I don't remember. I might actually have that, Grim. I think that may have been one that I picked up and then probably just never played. I don't. I was looking at it, though. That sounds familiar. Hopefully the game sound is good. I have things
Engine boost activated.
turned down. Yeah, the Valkyrie Torment engine should work alongside the event fire console. Yeah. Yeah, I've got AP on right now. It is in Ohio that I'm going against, and I am turned the wrong way. I didn't realize what map I was on. Yeah, this thing has some hard-hitting guns. This is... was this 400... I don't remember what millimeter this is. 457, so yeah, the AP hurts. In fact, the Elite has changed, I know. Yeah, Voyager, I think if we see the T6 coupons reappear, they'll probably be around Black Friday or the winter sales. Is this an NG tank? Yeah. Didn't you know? This is the new Stowe update. As sketchy as this game can be with its monetization, I still think Stowe does it worse. When they have like their loot boxes out for the summer or for like the Black Friday or winter events, there's guaranteed pity points, and you get a lot more for your money than you would if you were putting the same amount into Stowe. In Stowe, if you open $100 worth of lock boxes, you may not even get one shipped. In Warships, you open like $100 of the Black Friday containers or the Santa crates during the winter event, you're getting several ships. Yeah, this is 1v1 brawls. All I have to do now is ram the Ohio and I win. Because I have more points than him. That's aimed too high, but he's angled. That was bad. The casual aim.
The ship is on fire.
He's angled in enough towards me that it's just gonna ricochet if I aim too low. Like if I do this, I guess that did actually hurt him quite a bit. On torp landed on him. All I have to do is literally just ram him. Imagine just turn his engines off here. Aw. Make it so he can't turn. I am in a British battleship, and they are in an American battleship. That might be too close to hit. Does it activate? It did. Yeah, it's all ricocheted, and I hit water there. Terrible. I might be able to hit him now with the speed boost. Here we go. There we go. Imagine if Stowe battles lasted this long. Yeah. Yeah, the 1v1 brawls are great for getting the dailies done quick, like especially the battle pass matches. Like one match in, I've already got one of my crates for the day and one of my battle pass points. Like if I have enough good matches with this, then like 6, 7 of these and I got all my dailies done for the day. Brisbane, that's a cruiser, right? That's the... So this guy's got torps I gotta watch out for, if I recall, but I think it's like a... Isn't the Brisbane like an alternate Minotaur? I mean, this ship has very little armor. The St. Vincent is a really good fire starter.
Engine boost activated.
It's got some neat torps on it, but they're forward facing for the most part. This ship actually gets banned in a lot of competitive matches. People don't want to deal with it.
Awaiting instructions.
I don't think subs are allowed. I can try. You spend most of the time just getting into the fight. And then I've had some of these, it takes me a minute or two to actually get to see the other player, and then it's over like 10 seconds later. Do I remember when Stowe had ship collisions? Yeah, it was fun. But that is one of the things they've taken away in their desire to make the game a bit more accessible.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
I aimed a little too low. If this guy gets his torps on me, then it's pretty much, game over. But if I can dodge his torps and get some broadside shots into him, then that's it for him.
Engine boost deactivated.
Well, most Warships matches are meant to be a bit longer, so... Okay, I almost had him. Now he's going to screw me over with torps, and I will have made a mistake.
Direct front. We're hull below the water.
Yeah. I should have saved that torp. If I would have saved that torp and not pre-fired it on the other side, I would have had it. Or if I just aimed better. There are still lots of mods that you can run for this. Skill issue? Yeah. I didn't aim. I didn't aim right. That is a skill issue. Cryptic cannot program AI. I mean, and the other thing is too is like any big system mechanic stuff. I just don't think Stowe's going to get any more. I think Stowe is still getting development clearly. Like they are still developing the game, but quite clearly Stowe is not, getting a massive amount of investment from the company. They would rather work on their new IPs to try and get another game to attract even more customers in. Helm error is what I seen. Yeah. I screwed that up.
Engine boost activated.
Awaiting instructions.
I'll get out of the brawls after this one and bring out the sub. We don't know what else they're working on. They tried to do a Magic the Gathering MMO a couple years ago, and the game ended up being so bad that it didn't get past beta and they scrapped it. We really don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how much interest there's going to be from people to invest in a new game with Cryptic's current engine. I mean, ideally, I know the game engine isn't everything. There's still lots of ways that they can tune it, especially on a new product. But I don't know.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
I think I aimed too low again. Oh, that works. You don't want to give your side to an enemy because if they have AP, they can hit the citadel of your ship where the ammo is stored and your ship just blows up. Okay. Can subs do brawls? No, subs are not allowed. But subs can be used in ranked battles, but I don't want to do that right now. I'll do randoms and I'll bring in everyone's favorite submarine, the Gato. The Gato here is the favorite of the WoW subreddit, and everyone enjoys playing against it. Yeah, I'm surprised that there's been no leaks of what the new product is. But we'll have to see what they do. Like I think one of the issues that Cryptic is going to face is that the monetization approaches have changed, since Neverwinter and Stowe. And I don't know. I don't know how well received their like a new game would be using the monetization approaches from Stowe or Neverwinter. If it was, a brand new game, new audience, I don't know how well that would be received. Yeah. Honestly, I don't understand why they haven't done like a proper battle pass. I know that you could say that the event campaign is very similar to a battle pass, but like a full like seasonal battle pass be great. Imagine if there was a battle pass in Stowe where you spent 10-20 bucks a month for it, and if you did the task for it and you did all the activities, imagine if it was like a ship reward at the end. Like, I think that's the approach that would be much better for Stowe than what they currently have. Battle passes and things like that rather than boxes. STO is banned in Belgium? I don't know. I really don't know. Perhaps someone from Belgium can answer that, but as far as I know, it is not. And I'd say if that's the case, then someone just needs to bring that up. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree, Cheops. But I'd rather see a battle pass than a lockbox, to be honest. Imagine a battle pass where you spend... Here's one. Let's say they do one each season. It costs you like 50 bucks. But at the end, you get the ship on account-wide unlock. But, they're not getting as much money off the ship, but they're getting your engagement.
Commander, we've been detected.
I should not have gotten spotted there. Yep, that's gonna hurt. I thought I loaded the other torps. No. I'm about to get just absolutely,
Taking on water quickly.
Commander, we've been detected.
This is not how you play a submarine, by the way. You don't eat into the enemy's DDs and all that. Don't do what I just did, because I just basically just died.
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly. The ship is on fire.
Yes, don't do what I did. Focus on playing the game and don't focus on chat. That was stupid. The water is shallow. Yeah, don't do what I just did there. That was stupid. They've already gone too far into pay to win. Yeah, with Stowe, if there was like really any serious competitive thing like baked right into the game, like if PvP was more active, things like that, um, I think it'd be very clearly called a pay to win game. Like the fact that there's still no alternative for Maelstrom, that's huge. You know, the Maelstrom is extremely, very much would be what I would classify as pay to win. It is extremely powerful, and if you don't have it, you're not going to have anywhere near that level of performance. You know, the Maelstrom torpedo literally did like 1.2 mil or something like that on the current Torp record runs. Like it's insanely overpowered. Very pay to win. You literally, like, from a torp boat point of view, you can't compete without it. You need your team to have it to effectively clear things out fast enough. Like, it just very pay to win item. But they say that they're going to introduce alternatives of it in the future, which hopefully they will actually follow up on. In the past, what's happened is when regions banned loot boxes, Stowe just pulled out of those regions. From what I understand, the Maelstrom, I think it's used in PvP. I mean, I could be wrong there, but I think it is. Yeah, I think if Germany banned loot boxes, that would definitely be a country that they would cave in. Like if the US or Germany banned loot boxes, Cryptic would cave in.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Yeah, this is a very fast submarine.
I need support. Torpedoes to port. Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Oh, is this Napoli going to take some of these? I think he is.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Maybe
Torpedoes to
one.
starboard.
Nah, he's too far. Rip.
Torpedoes, dead ahead. Torpedoes to starboard.
The Turpits hit a rock? He's going to have to reverse. I think those might hit him because he'll reverse and then go back to being forward again. Duran, thanks for stopping by. I'll try to get some shotgunning done, but I'm playing very poorly right now.
Off to a great start. We've destroyed an enemy battleship.
He saw me and turned. No. I failed. I failed so hard right there. He turned right after I fired and he saw me.
We're hull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly. The ship is on fire. Good game, everyone.
I done messed up.
Torpedoes to port. All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Problem solved, sir.
Commander, we've been detected.
That DV has completely stopped moving.
Low battery.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard about places banning loot boxes for so long, but still nothing. I think eventually some countries will definitely do it, but
All
this
stations requesting
doesn't
fire
seem
on
like
the
it's going to happen soon. This Cleveland is low enough that I can just use the guided corpse on him. Yeah, to those two. Oh, he's turning too?
Battery depleted. Commander,
Okay, he's dead. Can I get this guy here?
destroyed an enemy cruiser. Commander, we've been detected.
I've ran out of battery, so it's forcing me to surface.
fire on the designated target.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna die here. I mean, if I can get one more.
Requesting assistance. Pull below the waterline. We're flooding quickly.
Battery depleted. Enemy cruiser sunk.
Problem solved, sir.
Terrible Voyager. Okay, the enemy sub is somewhere in front of me.
Commander, we've been detected.
And he still has a DD close enough that it's really screwing me up. Yeah, I mean, I could try to ram.
Commander, we've been detected.
Torpedoes astern. All stations requesting fire on the designated target. Torpedoes astern.
Low battery.
Torpedoes to port.
That works too.
Enemy submarine sunk.
Problem solved, sir.
Thank you. These submarines are going to have to try and push me because I'm going to get this cap.
All stations concentrate fire on the target.
Yeah, fun fact, with warships, a lot of the store sections that involve gambling apparently don't even show up in Belgium. Like, if you're a warships player in that country, the part of the store will literally just be blank. I did make him turn with those pre-fired torps. I can stay surfaced a little bit longer. Okay, I'm gonna dive again. Even if I ram this guy, it's fine. I forgot he shoots depth charges out the front of his ship. Damn it. Well, that was close. If those torps had landed, that would have been a Kraken. That would have been a 5 kill, but doesn't always go that way. I got 4 people. I am one of 2 people on my team. One of 2 people on my team that has any kills. I did something. Let's do some bring out the Des Moines. So now that I've selected the Des Moines, it's going to give me like a big open map. Oh, this one's not too bad. I'm going to crash this island like right here. Like right where I'm staring. I'm going to crash there and just play HE spammer. I want the version of Stowe that removes all of its RNG. Yeah. That'd be neat. I still think with Cryptic's constant inability to like address server performance issues, I still am of the thought that I wish there were alternative server options. Or at a minimum, the ability for us to host the private instances of something like Infected on our own systems, rather than trying to host it on their servers, which clearly just, you know, aren't capable of handling it. But that will never happen, so yeah. Oh, you're fine, boss. Ram the island? I mean, that basically. This will probably be my last match on the stream, though, for tonight. I'll be doing another stream tomorrow. Probably closer to the regular, like, middle of the day time frame that I usually stream at. I just, you know, I haven't worked on a video in a couple days and figured I'd, you know, make at least some sort of presence.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
You're an addict. I don't know what to tell you. Enjoying opening loot boxes. You should post that on Reddit that you actively enjoy opening loot boxes. The R&D boxes? Okay. This Salem's gonna spot me.
Enemy cruiser detected.
What the hell is my sub doing? Yeah, I knew he was gonna get some good hits in there. I wanted to make it to the island, but this guy's closer than anticipated. Oh, this dude's getting focused so much.
The ship is on fire.
That Salem did not have a fun experience. Their submarine is somewhere spotting me. And they have a battleship that is not yet spotted, which I am expecting to have went around that side of the map, and I'm gonna probably just get one shot by it. At least that's how my luck been going recently. 142 rolls? Wow. That is brutal. Yeah, the RNG on that stuff can be really rough. My team is actually like pushing together, and we're gonna really screw this guy up. There's a submarine and a Schlieffen still not spotted. Those could also really hurt us.
Enemy battleships.
Yeah, the Schlieffen went around like I thought. We're pretty much just dumpstering the rest of their team, though.
Our team has taken the lead.
Yeah, 100, that is an insane amount.
The ship is on fire.
Thank you. This GK is dead. Okay.
Our team has taken the lead.
I'm gonna secure this cap, and then, like, all that's left is this Schlieffen, and then they have a submarine somewhere, supposedly. So I would expected their sub to have made some sort of appearance by now, so... $87? Wow. I just took out some of the Schlieffen's torpedo launchers, so that's gonna irritate him quite a bit.
Our victory is in sight.
I'm gonna reposition a bit closer. I might lose contact for a second. It's because the game knows things that Voyager's been talking about, and it just doesn't approve. Now, the enemy sub appears to have went around the other side of the map. Yeah, a B radical. That's pretty much going to be the way to go. Is just, unless you want to deal with the rerolls, just buy the one that you want. It's not really worth the headache for most people. Sadly, this person is too far away for me to use depth charges on. Thank you, Becca. Oh, I got him. There we go. Stop rolling when you get a good mod, sell it. Yeah, that's what I would do. As soon as you get like a disruptor, plasma, polaron, tetrion, you know, anything good, then yeah. Just stop there, call it a day. Yeah, I mean that was a good match. The Des Moines is a good ship, but then it being tech tree, meaning that it's freely accessible, makes it really great in more ships. I do need to go and open some packs in Stowe real quick to wrap up the stream here. You see, when I did those TFOs, I forgot to open the boxes to see what I got from the R&D packs. So I need to go through and do that real quick so you guys can see if I actually won anything or not. I know that is a very important thing for a lot of us is, you know, did the RNG roll my way or not? And R&D packs today and not a single component. Hi, and thank you all for stopping by. I know this was a, you know, unannounced stream, but figured I haven't done anything. You know, there's not really any news for Stowe this week. Like, I don't think I want to do a news video to talk about there being an Admiralty weekend. Like, that's literally it. This is Admiralty weekend. I don't think that's really newsworthy. It was, you know, holiday week here in the States, so let's see. How many elite Q boxes do I have here? I have 7. Okay. So I have 7 boxes here, and we're gonna see how many of the components I get, the advanced ones. Nope. Yep, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Out of the 7 boxes, I got 4. So again, it's, you know, it's about 50-50 drop rate as expected. Nick, how's it going, man? You were just here at the end of the stream. I am just ending things now. The new patch had like 2 fixes in it. Okay. That is going to be it for today. Again, thank you to everyone for tuning in. There will be another stream tomorrow, and I do not know when the next video will be released. So thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys around.